Welcome everybody to MogTalk. If you guys are unfamiliar, MogTalk's a show based around the Final Fantasy XIV community, discussing everything from Savage Raiding to Chocobo Racing. And today we are going to be discussing voice acting with a wonderful guest. If you guys have done the newest raid at all, you've already heard him. Ben Balmaceda here, who voiced the first boss, Dancing Green. Ben, can you tell everybody who you are?
Yes, I'd love to, Frosty. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
welcoming me on the show. My name is Ben Balmaceda. I'm a voice actor. My favorite color is orange. I'm a Capricorn. I should probably talk about some of the things I've voiced.
This is great, thanks.
A lot of people know me as Kaveh from Genshin Impact, Motza from Honkai Star Rail, Pedro, One Piece, Zohakten, and Demon Slayer. Most recently, I was Hajime Kudo in Kowloon Generic Romance, Murasame in the new Rune Factory, Mateo in Date Everything, and most importantly, I'm Dancing Green in Final Fantasy XIV. So super happy to be here. Long time fan of the game. I'm just like so happy to just talk to people about it because I love this game so much.
I mean, that's amazing because, you know, it's not always you have the voice actors that we interview and everything else that have played a lot of the video game. Just out of curiosity, how long have you been playing Final Fantasy XIV?
So, it is kind of a complicated answer because
okay, fair.
I got into the beta of A Realm Reborn way back when that first happened, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." I don't play MMOs. I used to try to play World of Warcraft, but I kept bouncing off. Like I was like, I can't break into MMOs. I don't know why. So I played the beta. I was like, this is cool, and then I just kind of stopped. And then Heavensward came out, and I was like, maybe I should give it another try.
Yeah.
So I made a character. I played at least until I got up to like the Tempera Deepcroft or something, and then I was like, it's not clicking for me. I don't know why. Something about it. So I bounced off again. And then a buddy of mine, who is one of my best friends, was like, hey, Shadowbringers is out. I know you tried to play this game and you kept bouncing off. Just give it one more try. Like, give it one more try. And I was like, all right, fine. So I jumped in. I rolled a new character. I played past Tempera Deepcroft and like managed to beat A Realm Reborn. And once I got through A Realm Reborn, I was hooked. Like that was it. And me and my friend, we both like he partied with me to do all of the. I played through everything as a white mage, so I got the insta Qs. But it was he basically was like dragging me through A Realm Reborn, even when I was like, oh, I don't want to go back to the Waking Sands, man. I just wanna. So I owe him, like, he's the reason why I ended up getting so hooked on the game and like playing all of it and becoming so obsessed. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you to your friend for that. You know, Shadowbringers is one of the most interesting points in Final Fantasy's like history, or Final Fantasy XIV's history, because it's like that point where just everything went right for the game. And it just blew up, and so many people came into it, and had such an amazing story, and it just knocked it out of the park. And so, not surprised. Not surprised. So playing the game, just so get a little bit of insight into your gamer side here. What do you mainly do? Because it's a theme park game. You know, are you like a serious raider? Or are you a serious Chocobo racer?
So I do want to get into Chocobo racing.
Okay, sure.
Like right now, currently, the way I play the game is mostly raiding. I back in, I think it was when Endwalker came out. I was like, man, raids seem cool, but I don't know if I'm like I have this like the mechanical skill for them. I like to say that I'm no slouch when it comes to video games. I like my games hard. I like Souls likes. I play these difficult things.
Okay.
So I'm like, I could give it a go. So a friend of mine invited me to do some extremes, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I think the first one we did was See the Sacrifice Extreme,
Mm.
and I was like, this is so much fun. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like learning the fight and like having to engage with all the mechanics differently and like
Mm.
being a tank. By that point I hadn't tanked at all, and they basically were like, hey, do you have a tank? And I'm like, no, I've never played. It's like, play
Mhm.
warrior, it's simple, just go, we need a tank, just play the tank for us. And that
Yeah.
awakened my love of tanking. I was like, oh my god, this is so much fun, like
Yeah.
it's great. So I started out with EX raids, and then I was like, I want to try Eden. Like, I want to do
Mhm.
the Eden Savage stuff. So we did a lot of those.
Mhm.
We got up to E8S, and we got through Light Rampant, and then we just stopped. And then that friend ended up like getting busy, so we
Yeah, yeah,
stopped
yeah.
like seeing each other. But then
Mhm.
afterwards, a new group of friends was like, yeah, we raid every now and again. And I'm like, I want to do savage raids. I want to do like the savage raids that are coming out
Mhm.
in Dawn Trail.
Mhm.
At this point, like, I was kind of already in the game, but I
Mhm.
hadn't told anybody, so it was still like under wraps.
Right.
But I was like, hey, for no reason at all, I want to raid in Dawn Trail. It's very important. By this point, I just was playing an NPC in Dawn
Uh-huh.
Trail's MSQ, Linu Hanu, who's like one of the Hanu Hanu.
Mhm, mhm.
I wasn't dancing green yet, so like
Right.
that wasn't a factor. It was just
Mm.
the fact that it's like, hey, this is the expansion that I get to voice a character in, so I
Mhm.
want to do the raids. So we did Savage raids. We did all the first tier. It was a blast. I love those fights.
Uh-huh.
And then my friends were like, hey, how do you feel about doing an ultimate?
Mhm.
So they were like, we can do T, because that's the funnest one. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a go. So after about 3 months of progging T with some breaks here and there,
Yeah.
I got my perfect legend. I got all that stuff, and right now they're like, hey, so how about Fru? Do you want to do Fru? And it's just like, I'm
Mm.
still debating if I want to or not, but I loved doing T so much. So I guess to answer your question in a roundabout way,
Mhm.
I am an MSQ player until I'm caught up, and then I will be a raid player and
That's
with my static.
completely
And
fair. Uh,
I do like to dabble in gold saucer activities. It's mostly the mini cackpots,
of
but
course, yeah. You gotta go get your weekly cackpot thing,
yeah.
right? And all that, and get your scratch cards every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Chuckba Racing's such a like a it's a sore topic for me in a couple different ways,
Oh.
just because they implemented it, in 2015, and it's been 10 years and they haven't done anything with it.
That's
But
that's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah, yeah. But that being said, don't feel bad about 3 months. It took me 7 months to clear my first ultimate.
Dang.
We did it very casually, just 3 nights a week. Like, a couple of players in there never cleared an ultimate before. It was 6 out of 8 for their first clear for it too, and it was top. And it was an experience. It was an
I've heard
experience.
top is interesting, to say
Yeah,
the least,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. But no, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you feel, and you did all this as a tank, is that right?
yes.
Okay. Which tank do you play normally?
So my first tanking job was a warrior.
Uh-huh.
But when I joined this new static, our main tank, I like to off tank. Our main tank is a warrior because he just likes it the most out of all the jobs in DT. So he's like, hey, you could switch to Dark Knight. It's basically the same as warrior, and I'm like, sure, I'll give it a go. But something
Yeah.
about it just wasn't clicking. I was
Yeah.
like, it's just
The
the
mana
way,
stuff is a little bit, yeah.
yeah, like mana management
Mm-hmm.
and like your blood gauge and stuff like that. I'm like, something about it just isn't doing it for
Mm-hmm.
me. So it's like, well, you could try Paladin. It's a lot more like your burst is every minute or something. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's a bit more fast paced and you're always like locked in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I've been a Paladin main since like a year now, so it really clicked
Yeah.
for me. I really love it. So
If I didn't like fall into the healer trap where I'm just sucked into it now, I can't leave it. I would be playing Paladin still probably. Paladin's a really fun job.
really
And
like it.
it's not difficult really in any way.
Yeah,
So
pretty straightforward.
yeah. But okay, well, speaking about this, you said you were getting into raiding because you've voiced a character in it.
Yeah.
How did it feel to listen to yourself as you were fighting yourself?
So it was so funny because when I first, like during my first session for Linuhanu, like they were like, "Yeah, this is what's up. This is the situation." I'm just like, I am so happy to be here. Like I've been playing since basically Shadowbringers. Like
Yeah.
this is great. This is wonderful. Like oh my god. And like I did the session, and then at the end I'm like, oh I love, like I'm gonna start rating this tier. And
Mhm.
they're like, oh great, awesome, yeah. And I feel like that might have like assisted in them making the decision to cast me as Dancing Green. I don't know,
Okay,
but
okay.
when I first got like the email being like, hey, you're gonna be voicing another character. It's gonna be this guy called Dancing Green, and I'm
Mhm.
like, what is that? Like I Dancing Green? Like that's just a title. I don't know what that is. That's not a person. Is he like a cactuar? What is this? So I went into it thinking like, oh, he's probably going to be like a cactuar guy or like a
Yeah,
sabatender guy.
yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
then they're like, yeah, so he's a boss fight. You're a trial boss, and like you do a thing with frogs, and I'm like,
Mm.
frogs? That's not cactuars at all. So I was just so happy, and I was like all
Yeah,
of the joy that you hear in that fight, it's real joy for me because I was
nice.
so happy to be a part of it.
Uh-huh.
But when we actually went into the fight, I was like, oh my god, like I hope this prog doesn't take forever because I don't want us to get sick of my voice, like going on the dance floors, everyone's a star, and it's just like we had to hear that so often. And what I would do is I would repeat what I would hear from the fight back to my static, and then just be like, dude, stop, like not during prog.
Oh, just to let you know, like
uh,
I had to take a pretty heavy break from like raiding and everything for a while, and I just recently went back and I beat your character. Just to let you know, I passed
good,
it.
good.
But it's such a fun fight. Just the way
Yeah,
they
yeah.
developed it, and like I feel like a lot of stuff they're doing with this rated tier is good. It's really good stuff.
Mm.
And so congratulations for being on good content.
that was my like biggest fear. I'm like, please let this be a fun fight. Please let it be a fun fight that
Right.
people will look back on and be like, that fight was fun.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm so like I love that fight, by the way. Like no
Mm.
bias. I just
Yeah.
love like how the music is worked into it, and just like the whole rhythm aspect, and how
Mhm.
like that in and out part where you have to go in and then out, and then like if it's your turn to get blasted, you have to go to the side, and then like the forward, back, left, right dance off with like the frogs with the afros, which I didn't know was a thing. So
Yeah.
when they revealed it, when we saw those, I'm like, oh my god, I got like disco
Disco Fro Frogs, yeah.
and with afros, and it was great.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I'm so happy that he's got like a good song too,
Yeah.
because I love the music in 14 so much. So when I heard his music, I was just grooving, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Fun fact about me is when we were progging T, I like to listen to music when I do like
Mhm.
mind-numbing repetitive
Of
gaming
course,
tasks,
of
like if I'm
course.
playing multiplayer games that don't have music. And the genre of music that I listen to predominantly is disco. I listen to
Okay.
disco.
There you
So
go.
I would just be grooving to disco while we were doing our T prog, and I would tell my static members that, and they're like, that's a weird genre to listen to.
I
And I'm just
mean,
like,
it's not the most common modern music to listen to. People playing video games don't think about listening to disco, but disco's good.
it is. And also, like, the thing is, it's impossible to be tilted if you're listening to disco.
That's a
In my
fair
opinion.
point. That's a fair
In my
point.
opinion. Because it's
Uh,
just like you're just grooving, you're being funky,
yeah.
and like it's like, I'm having a terrible time with this video game, but then the music's like, feel that disco groove, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I do feel that disco groove. All right, I'm having a
Oh,
good time now. So I
man.
was so happy when they were like, yeah, you're a disco guy in
Yeah,
this, and I'm just like, it
perfect
was
fit
just
for you.
it was meant to be, isn't it?
I mean, you've worked on a lot of projects. Do you ever get like concerned when you like do a voiceover work or you do something else that the content surrounding your voice work is not good.
Oh, I do occasionally feel that way. Like, to me, I'm just happy to work is the main
Okay.
thing. Like, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to just be performing in things and just have like somebody to trust me with a character
Right.
for me to give them a voice. So if something ends up being unpopular or whatever, it's like I still I still feel joy.
Hmm.
I'm still happy to be here. Like,
Hmm.
I've had tons of gigs that just like have been fallen into obscurity or like haven't
Hmm.
panned out the way I wanted to, but I'm still happy I did them. I'm still like glad to be a part of things. I'm just happy to be here, dude.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's interesting. You know, I'm not a voice actor myself at all. I don't think I could ever do any voice outside of my own voice.
Mhm.
That's I'm just stuck. I mean, maybe I could train, whatever, but you know,
I mean,
that's
like, hey, like, to any voice actors listening or anybody that wants to get into voice acting, it's not about your voice. It's about your acting. Like, voice
mm,
acting is like 10% voice, 90% acting. I like to tell people that there's no bad voices, there's only bad actors. Like, it's just,
fair.
we all have our own instruments sitting in our throats. You just got to learn how to play it. And then you can do some cool stuff with it. So it's just like, you
Mhm.
could Frosty, you could be a voice actor if you put in the effort.
Okay. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the inspiration and the motivation there. You know, that's the kind of thing I need. And you know what? Maybe I will go voice some characters. I just need to go find some Frosty-like podcast characters to voice, and it'll work.
And I didn't think I had the gumption to be a
A disco
disco
frog.
Vieira, so like a disco frog Vieira. So it's just like
Yeah.
you never know. You'll surprise yourself, I think.
Fair.
So yeah.
Fair. All right. You know, I am curious. So you are very involved in Final Fantasy 14 as a player as well. So it's kind of interesting to be able to do voice work for it and everything else.
Yep.
I'm guessing that's not the same for a lot of other projects you work on, or
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I
okay.
work any job that's given to me, basically, with some exceptions for
Yeah.
stuff that's a little low.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I consume a lot of media. Like, I'm a fan of a lot of different things. Like, I
Hmm.
just love video games in general. So whenever I play video games, I'm like, oh my god, this is this or this is that. Like, I'm a big Monster Hunter fan, and I got to be in Wilds, so like
Yeah.
that was a big thing for me. Xenoblade was another one. I'm a
Hmm.
big Xenoblade fan. Got to voice a character in X. So like whenever I'm in a thing and I'm a fan of that thing, I'm definitely way more passionate and enthused in my performance.
Hmm.
Which can suck if I'm playing somebody a bit more like down to the
Oh yeah.
down to the earth, like down to earth and more like mellow.
Hmm.
Because it's just like, oh my god, like I have so much energy for this,
Yeah.
and it worked great for DG because it
Mhm.
was just like, yeah, you're a party loving, fun dude,
Yeah.
full of life and full of passion. And I'm just like, bro, I am ready for this.
Right.
It's just like I just went in and had a blast, and it was great. It was wonderful,
That's awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah, I assume that's how a lot of this kind of work does too. Like they
Yeah.
imagine the character, the personality and everything, and try to find a voice actor who's done characters with that kind of personality and everything else and bring him in.
Yeah, or
Like,
they would audition they auditioned a lot of the characters in Dawn Trail, and like I read for a lot of them, so maybe they're like, "Oh, well, Ben's audition for this character might actually also work for this character
mm-hmm.
instead," or like something like that. But I
Okay.
think it was also my enthusiasm when I was in the booth that really
Yeah.
might have had a factor in it. I don't know. I can't talk on behalf of casting directors, but I
Mhm.
was just so jazzed, and maybe
Yeah.
they noticed that. So
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. I mean, just out of curiosity, you know, I'm not gonna say was Square Enix the best place because everyone's great. You know, people who cast you are all amazing people. But what was that experience? I guess in some light, working with Square Enix, I'm guessing it was a positive one.
Oh, 100%. They were super nice. They were super friendly. Like, it was a smooth experience.
Okay.
And I'm always, if any of them are listening, I'm always down to do more with you guys.
Yeah.
So don't be a stranger.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, like, you know, when you were you nervous at all going into it? Were you like,
It's one of those things where it's like I I'm nervous beforehand. Like
Mhm.
as like during the drive to get to the studio, I'm just like, okay, like
Mhm.
we're it's gonna have fun, we're gonna be great. Like like we're just gonna focus and lock in.
Mm.
But as soon as I'm in the booth, headphones on, I see the script, and they're like, all right, like go for it.
Mhm.
The second they're like, go, all of the nerves disappear, and I'm like in the zone, and like my instincts fully take over, and
Mhm.
I'm I am that character. And
Yeah.
then the
Okay.
drive back, I'm like, oh god, like did I do a good job? Like was that good? What maybe I should have said groovy baby, not groovy baby. Oh god, maybe I should go. Like maybe I can do it again. Like I don't know. So like I have those thoughts like on the way back. So it's like I have post session nerves basically
Fair,
is how I
fair.
interpret it. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can even get close to relating is when I've done the PvP commentary at FanFest and stuff for Square Enix, right? And you get on stage, and not everybody's in the PvP, so you gotta put some work into like amping people up and getting people excited. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is
Yeah.
fun, it's great, and you have to get people into it as well. And so, like the whole time going up there, I'm like, oh god, I really don't want to f up. But like you said, as soon as you put on, like you get into the seat and you start going, you just go right there.
Yeah.
They're like the nerves aren't a thing anymore. You're just completely just part of the show, doing what you do. And once you're done, you walk off, and you might think back to it.
Yeah, a lot of people will be like, "Yeah, I did a good job with that." But for me, it's like, what if it was like, "Oh, on the dance floor, everybody's a star." Like it's just like
Yeah,
I keep finding ways to, it's like, how could I have made that a little bit better?
yeah,
But then I'll listen to the final product and I'll be like, no, I did it. Okay, I
perfect.
did it. I did
You did a
good.
wonderful job of dancing green.
Thank you.
And I
Thank you
think
so much.
everybody would agree to that too. You know. All right, well, let's go back a little bit. Let's go
Okay.
back to Ben becoming a voice actor, right?
Mm.
I'm really interested in that because I don't even know how that starts in a way. So, how did
Yeah.
you find out it was something that you wanted to do? Just like you were watching anime one day, and you're like, man, I want to voice some of these characters or something
I
like
could
that.
do that. I could be a Bleach. I could be a Dragon
Yeah,
Ball. Uh,
yeah.
Funnily enough, my start with voice acting didn't start with anime at all.
Oh, okay.
I grew up acting. Like I was a stage actor ever since I was about 4 or 5 years old.
Hmm.
So I have just been predominantly like just a stage actor my whole life. The problem is, to give you some idea of my backstory, my dad was a diplomat.
Mm.
He's retired now, but because of his job, I would have to move around constantly to like all around the world, and it became very difficult to find places to act in, because of
Mm.
that. Because it's just like, oh, where am I going to find a stage in Norway that speaks English?
Yeah.
And there probably are, but like I was young and stupid, and I didn't have the resources to really figure this stuff out.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, well, what if I look up other ways of acting to like get my fix? Because at that point I was just like, I just want to act.
Mm.
So I looked up and it's like, yeah, voice acting is a thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, like the cartoons and all that stuff. Okay, sure, whatever. So I bought this crappy like rock band microphone and I put it in a cup and I just
Mm.
auditioned for stuff that I could find on any website that had casting calls that were open to people. So I was like, yeah, fan dub, sure. Let me just give it a go. Whatever, I don't care.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't really take it seriously as a profession until I was like in my freshman year of college,
Hmm.
and I took a workshop, like a voice acting workshop, because it was like, oh, like it's like a 2 hour train right away. I can
Hmm.
do that. I'll go do that.
Hmm.
And I did it. It was like a mock audition for an anime series, and I did it. And they were like, hey, so if this was a real audition, you would have booked that. You would have booked that character.
Okay.
And I was like, "Wait, really?
Yeah,
Me?"
wow.
So, that, like, awakened something, like a
Mm.
fire inside me.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, "Do you guys have any other classes?" And it's like, "Yeah, we've got an ADR class where you can actually dub anime in, like, a practice setting,
Mhm.
and we can sign you up for that." And I'm just like, "Yeah, let me do it." So I did it, and that made the fire inside, like, explode, and I was like, oh, I want to do this. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I graduated with a degree in information systems to get like a desk job to keep myself afloat until I did the voice acting thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved to Texas. I got in with Funimation. Now it's called Crunchyroll. And I got my first anime gigs there. And then eventually it just kind of kept building and building and building and building until I moved to LA. And now I'm here doing all this other cool stuff. So it started out with anime. It started out with just, well, really, it started out with like small indie stuff on the internet that was like fan dubs and comic dubs. And like I dubbed Phoenix.
You didn't do anything on Newgrounds, did you?
No, I didn't. I felt like I was not good enough for Newgrounds.
Fair enough. Newgrounds was like the place for a while.
Yeah, it was where all the cool kids were. I was just some dude. Like I just stuck to like smaller stuff that nobody cares about.
Okay,
But now thinking back, I'm like, no, I could have. A lot of my friends started in Newgrounds. Like a lot of the voice actor friends I have now did get their start in Newgrounds. Yeah. So it's like, man, there's a parallel reality where I did start in Newgrounds, and like I would have known these guys for ages. But whatever, it is what it is. I love Newgrounds. I think it's great. But yeah, that's basically my life story.
So no, that's great. I appreciate you telling me that too, because it's always interesting to see how this stuff evolves. Sometimes it's like it drives you all your life. It is interesting that you started at like 4 or 5 as a stage actor. It's like you were just like born into it and you just went with it, and this was all you. And not everybody knows they enjoy stuff like that early in life, right? And it follows them all the way until their adulthood. So that's really awesome. And so I could tell that you have a lot of passion for it, obviously. But no, that's really cool. And by the way, no offense to Texans, I'm not a big fan of Texas. But that's probably just Dallas Fort Worth area. It's just never, every time I go there, it's like I gotta get there.
It's like, it's just the fact that you have to drive everywhere. Like it's
no one knows how to drive there either, and it's like
it's not great. But I enjoyed my time there for like a lot of good friends I have live out there, and like I do miss some of the barbecue and stuff like that. But
barbecue is really good, 100%.
Pretty dang good, dang good in my opinion. But no, LA has been so much better for me just in terms of just like getting around and like my job and all that stuff. So like I'm happy, but I'm still gonna give Texas its flowers every now and again. Yeah. But I get you.
Yeah. Complete tangent. But I just, every once in a while, I got to bring up my bitterness from the work travel I've had to do over there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, no,
Speak
okay.
your truth.
Yeah. But really cool, like, to kind of learn a little bit about that, too, and just how that just naturally evolves. The situation and where you were, you're just like, you went into voice acting because it was the outlet for doing what you wanted to do that was available to you.
For me, it's I treat acting like a hobby, basically. I just treat it as like, oh, I'm just having fun. I'm playing a little guy. Wow, it's so goofy. And I still have that mindset, even though it is my full-time job now. It's like I think I'm of a believer. It's like, oh, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Yeah. I'm one of those people where it's like, yeah, like I do love what I do, and I treat it like a fun little game that I play. And like it's keeping me afloat financially, but I still treat it like it's just like this fun activity that I spend my free time on.
As long as it brings in enough income.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the big thing, right?
Exactly.
I've dabbled with that some too, and you know, it's a whole thing. You just got to make sure you can be happy financially too.
Yeah.
You know, I what was that article? Gabe, the guy founded Steam. He's like retired, but he still works like 7 days a week. He goes scuba diving, and he's like, yeah, I don't work really. It's just, this is what I do. I love doing what I do. And he just does it, you know?
We gotta live life like Gabe Newell is the message here for this podcast.
100%. All right, well, cool. I mean, you got a couple of gigs. It sounds like a lot of the gigs that you got started, you just had a couple of small things that it just kept building over and over and over again. Like you just needed it. How long did that process take until you got into it professionally, right? How long did that like growth take until, I mean, and you could consider, I guess, professionally getting paid, but still needed a day job, but still to take it as part of your income, I suppose, too, right?
That took because like I started when I was like 16, 15,
Mm,
around there. And I was only really doing it just to screw around, basically. Like I
mm-hmm,
was like, I want to just act for the sake of acting because I think it's fun and cool.
mm-hmm,
But when I had those classes and I started to take it seriously, as I like to call it,
mm-hmm,
um, it took me, I want to say, maybe like 3, 4 years of just like grinding it out, doing
mm-hmm,
smaller paid gigs until I started to get into like the real meat and potatoes of the job.
mm-hmm.
Like I think I booked my first like lead role in an anime, which was The World Ends with You.
No.
I think when I was doing like in my third, fourth year of doing it
Mm-hmm.
professionally, I want to say. So it is.
Oh no, did we lose our connection here? Did I lose my
um
internet? No, okay, you're back.
oh your camera froze for
Your
me.
camera froze for me too,
Oh,
but I
there we
don't know
go.
who
There we go.
it was. Maybe it was one of us. I think it. Okay,
Okay.
we're good. We're good. Doesn't
We're
matter.
good.
We'll edit
We're
it
good.
later.
All
It's fine. Let's go.
right. There we go. All right. But anyway,
Mhm.
yeah, it was like I want to say 3 years before of like
Okay.
working the pro scene before like I started to see stuff that made me feel like I was like, oh, I'm one of the big kids now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you, while doing all this, you're doing SQL databases and Excel documents and things like that. I'm assuming.
Mostly tech support for different
Oh,
like
okay.
app companies and startups. Like, yeah, have you tried turning off the app and then booting it back up, or like, oh,
Yeah.
boot it in safe mode and then you're good, or just like,
Yeah.
yeah, just here's a free coupon for your trouble. Like, I was just a tech support guy.
Mm.
But eventually I was like, hey, I feel confident that I can make the jump to doing this professionally full time,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna go for it. Um, it
Okay.
was yeah, it was scary, but I was like, no, I feel like it's gonna work out okay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. I mean, and sorry, my sinuses are doing its stupid stuff now. I don't know what's up with the summer. So if I cough a
I get
little
it.
bit,
I
I
get it.
apologize.
It's
Uh,
cough your truth.
cough my truth. So you did say you started with well, it was Liu Haru, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
he was my first character in FF14. Yeah.
14, right? And so was that just a casting call that they put out, and you're just like, let me just go into it, or what?
It was an audition that they had sent out through my agent. Like, my agent's the one that gets all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there were tons of different characters, and I was just like, it's like I immediately recognized it as FF14.
Mm-hmm.
So most video games, when they like are being auditioned and stuff, they work under code names. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like code name Apple. Your voice. This is a read for Jim, and it's like, oh, this isn't Apple at all. It's like, I don't know, completely making this up. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the new Fallout, and
Mm-hmm.
Jim is actually Brother Matthias or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was all code named. And I read for Linu Hanu, and they're just like, yeah, we just want like a youthful kind of like more higher tone, energetic, like young teen kind of. But I'm like, that's a bird. So so I read for it. I was for me, I just do my auditions and then I completely forget about them. I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
done. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get this. I'll just move on to the next one and
Mm.
whatever. But then like a few, like, I don't know if it was a few weeks or like a month later, they're like, hey, you booked this. And I'm like, I booked what? Like, what is this? I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you're gonna be Linu Hanu in this. And I'm just like, oh, oh, oh! I remember what this is now. Oh, this is FF14. Ah! So I was very excited. I was jazzed about it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the whole drive to the studio, I was just like, oh my god, I get to
Yeah.
be in FF14.
Yeah. That's
Um,
awesome.
because it's not just 14 that I'm a big fan of. Like, I love Final Fantasy as a whole. Like,
Mm.
I've been a long time fan of this
Right.
entire series. So getting to like be a named character, and it was just like, oh, I'm finally
Yeah.
part of this series that I really love.
You know, it was so surreal to me going to the Square Enix headquarters the first time I went there, and you like go into the office and they have all this like giant statues and all these other, like they had a Lara Croft statue I think when I went up there when they were promoting that stuff, and they had all these other things, and then you see like they have relic showcase these cool banners and everything, and it just feels surreal, you know, kind of going in there and you're like, wait a minute. I love Final Fantasy. I love Square Enix. This has been my life growing up, right? You know, one of the first video games I bought was Final Fantasy VI. It was Final Fantasy III when, you know, when it came out. Yeah, Final Fantasy VI. I barely understood it, but it was cool. All right, it was groundbreaking for me. And then Final Fantasy VII came out, and of course, that was a huge thing for many people in the world, not just me. I'm not a special person in my interest there. But like, it just kept going, and man, Square Enix knocked it out of the park for quite a while, especially this PlayStation 1 era. Final Fantasies.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
9 is my favorite, so yeah.
9 is amazing, and this expansion hits it quite a bit too.
That was another thing that made me so excited to be a part of it, is just like, you know, spoil this for the audience if you haven't played Super Contrail yet. But I like the game's like the expansion's already a few months old. I feel
it's a few months. It were about a year.
Dang, dude, time flies when you're having fun. It's been okay. It's almost been a year. Yeah. Like the whole like when Alexandria started to be like a factor as part of the story, I was like, I love this. Like, I am so happy that I'm in the same like storyline as all of this stuff that's happening right now. And when they used FF9's music, I was just like, I was like getting emotional over it. I was like, oh my god, like they're using the Tantalus theme for Oblivion. I was like, oh my god, this is great. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
It was a dream for me. It was
those things just kind of like hit you too, right? Like Square Enix, I'm not like the biggest, craziest streamer, biggest, craziest content creator in the world, but every once in a while I'm included in stuff and it feels good, right? Yeah. And when the Final Fantasy VII remake came out, and it was the second one, and
Rebirth, right?
Rebirth, right? They sent me a guest package, which was, or like a content creator package, which had this sign, this Chocobo sign in it that's behind me. And like,
so cool.
I opened it up and I like cried. I was like, this is special shit for me. Something I love. Rad. Yeah. And so it was like one of those things. It's just like, you know, really, you just feel like you're just doing something. And then at some point it clicks. Hey, some cool shit's happening. It's not just me doing something. And so
I get that 100%. Like when I was recording for Xenoblade, I had that happen like constantly throughout the booth, and then like for Dancing Green too. And like I think it's a bit remiss for me to say, but like I forgot to mention that I'm also in Rebirth. Like I'm a couple of just random dudes that show up here. I'm like one dude in Calm who's got like this big bouquet of flowers, and I'm just like oh, but what if she doesn't show up? What if I screwed this up? Oh no, what should I do? And I think I'm in Costa del Sol as like the dude that gives you wheelie quests. Who's just like, yeah, like drive around in you know Shinra Corporation's wheelies, like they run on Mako energy, so they're super like environmentally friendly. And it's just like, as I was recording, I'm like, I'm just lying to people, dude.
That's amazing. So those are like 1-2 line roles, right? But they still feel pretty good to do, right?
Oh yeah, I'm just like, man, it's just so cool to just be a part of something so special like this.
Yeah.
Like being a piece of some greater whole that's like representative of things that you love. It's awesome, dude. I love it. It's great.
Oh man, yeah. No, I was looking through all of your history, and I was like, all right, let's see what all the stuff. I was like, holy shit, Ben's been in a lot of stuff. You did some Dan to Dan stuff too, didn't you?
I did. I noticed your shirt, and I'm just like, oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm literally one of the first voices that you ever hear in episode 1 is me. I'm like Momo's like shitty ex-boyfriend.
Right. Shoma, I think. Yeah.
Well, Shoma is a different guy. He's like a idol that what's her grandma's name?
I can't remember. I haven't gone back and watched the new season yet.
Oh my Seiko.
Seiko.
That
Okay,
he's
okay, okay.
interviewing on TV, and he's just like giving fake answers. It's just a one scene gag, but I'm just happy to be a part of that show.
Of course, yeah. It's really cool, man. Ah, jeez. All right, all right, all right, all right. Oh, let's see if I get back to track of some of these questions here,
Okay,
because I've been just kind of asking you stuff because this has been a lot of fun so far. I love talking to you. Oh man! All right.
Feelings mutual.
Oh, thank you. Maybe I can get you into Chocobo Racing sometime. You can do that.
One step at a time,
Okay.
Frosty.
Okay. All right. Fair. I guess I'd like to ask about how, the response from the community has been for you. Like, how have you felt about that? Because I loved it. I think most people loved it. But again, like, you never know how that usually goes. I'm guessing you didn't get any negative responses from your work.
I mean, I like the thing is, no matter what you do, I have a rule about the internet where no matter what you do or who you are, somebody's gonna have beef with you. No matter what you do. Like, there's always gonna be one dude where it's just like, well, I think it should have been Dancing Red, or like, I think that Troy Baker should have voiced that character, or like, I don't know. But it's just the thing with Dancing Green is that I haven't really observed any of that, and people have been super jazzed about it. They've loved the fight. I keep getting people being like, "Hey, I kicked your ass a week ago," and I'm just like, "You're probably talking about Dancing Green, but if so, awesome." But I think the biggest thing that made me realize, like, wow, they like me. They really like me. Is going to AX and seeing all the merch that people had in Artist Alley of Dancing Green.
Really?
And like, I have some of them literally sitting at my desk. Like,
please,
I have this,
let's see if we can do it.
Pin. Oh my god, the camera's
like, no, I don't want to show you.
But he's saying "Perfect Groove." That's that bit right here.
Okay.
And then there's like this little charm as well that has his like his feral soul form, and like my house keys have a little like Dancing Green tag.
Oh my god,
that's Perfect Groove. So like, I got a lot of stuff. I went through and I have like a hand fan that has his face. And
really? So, that like, much merch, huh?
Yeah, I was like I didn't think that this guy was like so popular enough to not just show up in one person's booth, but like several booths of people selling FF14 stuff. So I was happy about it. I was just like, man, I'm so glad people love this little disco freak. It's great. Like, he's been one. Like, I just love just being his actor so much. It's wonderful.
I do want to ask, Anime Expo, how did that go for you? Like, when you were there, how was that whole experience? I wanted to go because I like going to places where Final Fantasy 14 stuff is. But how was your experience doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I got to talk to a lot of the Square Enix folks there, and like, they were super, super nice, and like, everyone's just so friendly. And the only bad part about it is that it gets very packed. Like, Artist Alley was just like super shoved in, and but I have a Dancing Green print that an artist made for me. That's like it looks like the poster to Saturday Night Fever. With like, John Travolta doing the disco pose, and like just a bunch of people in the background also just like either on the dance floor or whatever. And I was like, I want to get a print of this, but with Dancing Green as John Travolta. And I want every other character on the poster to be my Warrior of Light and my Raid Static.
Okay.
So like, I have it on my socials. Like, I'll probably like retweet it or something after this is done, so people can look at it. But the artist for that that I commissioned, super talented person. Their name is ND. They do a lot of wall cross grahatia art. And they're so lovely. They were super nice. They were super excited for it, and I got to meet them at AX, and I bought a lot of merch off them because like, yeah, I want to get some nice little tea coasters with all the scions. Yeah, I'll grab that deathmat too. Let's go. So I was so happy about it. And that's like one of the best parts about cons is like running into like artists or like friends. like, oh my god, it's so nice that you're here, and like it's great.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Have you been
Yeah.
to a lot of cons before Anime Expo?
Yes, like I have been invited to quite a like I feel like I'm up to like 11-ish cons that I'm a guest for, like
Mhm.
specifically to go and sign prints and stuff.
Nice.
I used to go to ASIN every year with
Mhm.
some buddies as like an attendee. That was before I really like started the whole VA thing.
Uh-huh.
But it's just been, yeah, like I love cons a lot. Like I just love being able to just look at cool things
Mhm.
and meet new people and like give people cool prints with my little scribble on it. It's
Mhm.
great. It's wonderful.
It's
Good time.
weird, like going to cons and stuff. Especially when people like you go to a con where you're involved in some sort of creative work or something, and you're just a star for some of a moment there, right? And it's weird. It's weird. The only time I
Yeah.
ever experienced that is with FanFest, but like, it's such a surreal kind of experience going through and doing it, just like seeing people, and then you just go back, you're like, man, life sucks. I need to like, why can't I just do that the rest of my life? You know?
I am an introvert, so like eventually I do hit my limit when it comes to like socializing and cons and stuff. But like I do kind of get that it's just like, man, it'd be cool if I got to stay in a nice little hotel that a con's paying to have me in.
Exactly.
But also there are so many moments where I'll be like browsing artist alleys and see like fan art of like a character I voiced or something, or like they're selling a big nice print of a character that I voiced, and just being like, hey, are you a fan of that character? And they're like, yeah. It's like, do you play the game in English? It's like, yeah. It's like, cool,
That's
okay. And I just I
yeah,
don't even mask off. I'm just like, good,
yeah,
keep that joy in your heart. And then I
yeah,
leave.
yeah.
But no, a lot of the time I will buy merch off artists, and then as soon as the card is tapped and like they charged me, that's when I mask off, because
Uh,
I hate it when people are just like, oh my god, can I give you free things? And I'm like, no, let me pay for this, because like
exactly.
I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
support you as an artist. Please let me pay for things. And they're like, no, I'll give you a goodie bag. Here you go, get all this for free. And I'm like, no. So now I buy first and then I mask off, and then I'm like, hey, by the way, like
Yeah, right.
you can't give me free stuff anymore. I already bought it, so
I
take
mean,
that. And then
that's
yeah,
actually a really good point too, just because like a lot of your stuff is voice, right?
yeah,
And so like there is a mask until you let it click.
exactly.
Yeah.
There have been, I will like preemptively mask off if people like instantly recognize me. Like if I just talk to them and then they're like, wait, are you Ben? And it's just like, oh, okay, then yeah, then I'll take off my face mask. It's like, you got me. But
Yeah.
for others, then
Yeah.
I'll buy stuff
Yeah,
first.
yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So besides Final Fantasy 14, you're talking about you see other characters out there and everything else. Dancing Green, we're gonna put that off to the table real quick. What's your favorite role to play that's not Dancing Green that you've played before? Like one of your, let's just say one of your favorite, because you know, just in case you forget one or something and someone calls you out for it.
The thing about acting, the thing about asking voice actors what their favorite role is, it's kind of like asking a parent who their favorite kid is. And it's like,
Mhm.
we have a choice, but it feels weird to say it out loud. Like, like internally there is a choice, but it's just
Uh-huh.
like saying it out loud. It's like, I feel kind of bad about that.
Mhm.
So I would say that I usually have like a top three,
Okay.
like a top four or something.
Mhm.
Andy from Undead Unluck is probably the most fun that I've had in the booth. It's an
Nice.
anime series. He's the main character.
Mhm.
He's just this insane, bombastic, over the top, fun loving dude, always has a grin on his face.
Mhm.
I got to yell out cool special attack names.
Mhm.
It was just a blast. And I knew that I was having too much fun playing the character, because the direction that I got most often in the booth was, hey, we need you to dial it down. Like you're at an 11, which is great. We're so happy that you're having fun, but we need you at like a 9. So I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm just God, I love it.
Yeah.
It's because I've got terrible vocal health discipline, so they don't want me to just yell my lungs out and
Of
just thrash
course.
my voice. So
Yeah, yeah.
they're doing that for that. But it's just like I get so carried away with the enthusiasm that I
Mhm.
just like destroy my voice.
Uh-huh.
So Andy's definitely one. Kaveh has a lot of like personal meaning to me from Genshin Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's an artist. He is also very emotional and passionate when it comes to his art. So like I there's a lot of me that I see myself in with the
Mm-hmm.
character, and it was a very like reaffirming role for me in terms of like, oh, like this is what it means to be an artist. Um and the third one I can't talk about yet, but
Okay.
it's gonna
Yeah.
happen soon. But
All right.
there's a role that I did recently where I got to be very theatrical and very exaggerated,
Uh-huh.
and I just had so much fun doing it. It was a blast, and I as soon as I'm usually the type to like be cheeky and secretive about this stuff, but as soon as it's out, then I'll be like, "Hey, here's the thing that I was talking about," or like, "This is what I was hinting at."
Okay.
But I think as a fourth top,
Sure. Sure.
Al in Xenoblade Chronicles X, because again, that's another
Mm-hmm.
huge video game series that I love, and Al is just like some guy. But it was the first time that I used my just regular speaking voice, like not without any accents or any particular inflections. It was just me
Mm-hmm.
playing this guy who's supposed to be like this cool legendary hero dude.
Mm-hmm.
And just being a part of that series has just been amazing. Like I still can't believe that it happened. I just love so many RPGs, so it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, like, it's so cool that I got to be a part of all this stuff.
No,
So yeah, that was
that's amazing. And
probably
of
those.
course, Dancing Green would be there if we would allowed it. It's fine. It's
Oh
fine.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I love all my boys. Is how I say it. When people ask me at cons, like, hey, what's your favorite role? I'm just like, I love all my boys. Like, I love all my boys.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
look through all my prints of all these boys. I love all of them.
I mean, and I'm,
Uh,
I'm assuming all of them you put a lot of energy and work and thought. It's not just like, oh, let me just say a couple things and walk out, right? And so
yeah,
your passion for what you've created doesn't just kind of go
exactly.
away, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
because like as I said before, when people like book me to voice a character, it's them putting their faith in me. It's them
Mm-hmm.
putting their trust in me. That it's like I will make this character sound believable, real, fun. I will do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that means a lot. Like it means a lot to me that people will put their faith in me to perform characters. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to give it my 150,000% to like match that faith, you know?
Right.
So that's why I'm always like just so jazzed to be in the booth recording for stuff, because it's just like it's so much fun too. Like it's fun and like it's great and I just love it. So yeah.
All right, all right, all right. So I guess I could ask you this, respecting NDAs and everything else, what
Mhm.
is a role that you would like to do that you haven't really done, like you would want to venture into, try to like create a certain personality, a certain type of character, or anything like that? It might be a weird question, I don't know.
No, it's a pretty common
Oh,
question
okay.
actually. I got a lot, like the most common way of asking it is like what series would you want to be a part of, or like
Okay.
that kind of thing. And for me, it's always a little bit weird to answer these kinds of questions because like I know the people that make the casting decisions on some of the series that I want to be a part of. So it's just like yeah, I'd love to be in this, and the person like casting for it is like, oh, that's a little bit of pressure on me to like find
Yeah.
some way to cast you. But Shin Megami Tensei is my favorite series, like next to Final Fantasy and next to Xenoblade and
Mhm.
next to all the other series that I love. But it is like for me, it is like it's my white whale. It's like what I've been hunting down for all
Mhm.
these years. Because I love those games so much. And like if I just got to voice like just a little guy in there, maybe a demon, like maybe a character, I don't know, but like I would
Yeah.
love to be a part of like that, or any of the like Megami Tensei like spin-offs, like Persona or like
Mhm.
Double Summoner or Soul Hackers or whatever. Any of those, I would be happy. But it's just like it's like for me, that's my like main
Okay.
like I can't die until I'm in that series.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like as far as like character types go, um I don't know. I feel like I've already like run the gamut of so many different, because like to me, I think my biggest strength is that I'm versatile. Like I can be edgy, I can be old, I can be young, I can be disco man, I can be
Yeah.
like brooding assassin guy. Like I've already done so many different kinds of characters, so now I'm just like, man, I just want something cool, new, and exciting. Like that's I just want whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Surprise me is the answer.
Fair. I mean, and just I assume whatever they present to you, are like, it will be an interesting challenge one way to try to figure it out. If you haven't done it before, you would enjoy doing something they haven't done. Okay. See, I have an idea. I have an idea. All right. I a little bit. Okay. Okay. Out of all these roles, which one would you say, like, the Xenoblade one might be the most popular role that you did, or was there, which one would you say is the most popular one?
I would say by a very, 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 very wide margin that Genshin is definitely.
Oh, it's a Genshin. I play. Okay.
My most popular role. I would say that, like, in a typical con setting, when I'm selling prints and when I'm autographing prints,
Yeah.
80%, or maybe I would say 85% of the autographs that I'm signing are on Kaveh prints, like on Genshin. So, like, by far, he's what everybody knows me for. But like that's why I'm just like, yeah, like I love the character and I love the performance, and the community has been so accepting of me and everything. But it's also like, hey, I've done other stuff too. Like I have other boys for you to browse.
Yeah.
But like that's just how it goes with this business, is that there are like particular characters people latch onto and like they really like cling on to. But I've just been happy that people have been loving Dancing Queen so much too, and like you know, there's like this just general vibe of like, yeah, he's like one of the better parts of the raid, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so relieved and so glad. And then like I found out yesterday that the primals made like a version of his song of Ride the Rhythm, and I was listening to that and I'm like, I can't believe that the primals are like performing a song that I voiced the character that's a Sony. God, it was great. It was wonderful.
Man, my introduction to the primals was at FanFest 2014. It was like one of the first like conventions I went to, and it was one of the first times I think they were ever on stage. And you know, they're like, oh, we're doing this concert, this rock concert at the end. Some people left, not everybody stayed, and everything else. And I sat there. They came out these Asian robes and everything else, and then they just went out there and just started fucking rocking to like Titan and like everything else. And I'm just like, this is the best concert I've ever been in. There's been nothing better.
I would walk out before. It's just like, yeah, you're at a fan fest, and they're gonna be like rock. Why wouldn't you just be like, oh, this could be a big deal? Just like, I don't listen to rock.
It's fine. It's all right. It's probably just some nerds, you know. But yeah, no, Soken is so amazing, and like, you know, I one of the most energetic, friendly people I've ever like seen. And like I've had the privilege to see him act backstage, and how he was like, he was the highest energy person backstage. You know, sometimes when you're backstage at like events and stuff, people have to like calm down. They need to be like, you know, chill before they come out and give the personality. They're, you know, they're 100% and everything else. Soken just doesn't turn off. I don't know what it is. And like, yeah, giving piggyback ride, or no, he was being given piggyback rides, and like, he's a fantastic character, man. And like, I've talked to Jason, Charles Miller, about the interaction with Soken and everything, and everyone says great things. Amanda Aiken said the same thing. He's just amazing to be around. And so, yeah, primals. In my heart, I know they're a video game rock band, but they're my favorite.
They're so cool. They're great. They're awesome. It's just it's so cool to just like, they're cool to listen to, but it's also just so cool to be like tangentially related to
in some way, right? Yeah. Oh, jeez, dude. Okay. Another question, non-Final Fantasy 14 related. The craziest character you've ever voiced, and this was and my mod told me to put, is it Omar in there? So that's why it's in there. But what is the craziest voice?
Omar from Vinland Saga. He's definitely up there because I had to scream. Like, there's a scene where he has to, like, he's proving that he can be like a great swordsman to the king of something.
Mhm.
And I had to scream so loud as he was doing this mighty battle cry and
Mhm.
slashing this chunk of pig. And it's like, yeah, you can cut this pig with a sword, right? Then you're a swordsman.
Mhm.
So I had to just go like full on, just like "Ah!" like just doing all these sounds. Definitely up there as one of the more like wild and explosive roles. But I think Andy in Undead Unluck does match
Okay.
that pace pretty, because like a lot of the things I'm yelling is just like, all right, like he's just kind of like this the whole time. It's like
Yeah.
he's very exuberant, very full of life.
Uh-huh.
So I would say those two. I think Andy definitely is a bit crazier overall, just because of
Mhm.
once you watch Undead Unluck, you will know what I'm talking about. But
Okay, I'm gonna watch it
um,
now. Like, I'm literally just gonna go through all the stuff that you've been a part of, just so I'm like, oh yeah, I talked to this guy. I'm listening to him now. You know?
yeah, I love Undead so much. So I always tell people like, hey, please go watch it, because not many people know it exists because it was unfortunately stuck on Hulu and they don't really advertise their shows that well.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like,
Fair.
yeah. So
Fair.
that's why I have to be like a one man advertising
You gotta
system for
promote
them
it,
to be
man.
like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
somebody has to.
All right, all right. You know, I did want to actually go to the point of you're talking about like everyone recognizes you from Genshin and everything else. How does it feel to like be pulled in by that fan base, right? Because I feel like there's like with games, especially like MMO, like bigger games like that, big fans, they feel like they just kind of suck you into their community. I don't know if that's the right way to express it, but I know a
Yeah.
lot of voice actors and a lot of people who've done creative work for Final Fantasy XIV have felt that way. Like they get such a huge response from the community and they're just like in it now, right? You're just part of
Yeah.
it. How is that kind of like, is Genshin like where you first experienced that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's because Genshin was one of the few games that I wasn't like a player of. Like
Mm,
I had a roommate that was obsessed with it, and he would tell me everything that was happening and like play the game on a big TV, and I'd just like watch every now and again
mm-hmm,
absentmindedly. Then I'm just like, I don't know, like whatever. It's just it's probably not for me.
uh-huh.
So the Genshin community was super, super accepting, and they were super nice, and they still are super nice.
Mm-hmm,
But for games like FF14 or for like Xenoblade or
mm-hmm,
for any of these other games that I am also a fan of,
mm-hmm.
it felt less like the community adopting me and more like one of the community members was chosen to like ascend. And then I'm going now, my brothers and sisters and non-binaries. I'm
Right.
going to where the stars are.
Yeah.
So like it's I still feel like I'm a part, like I still feel
Yeah.
like I'm a fan and like I'm a member of that community and like
Mhm.
I'm still like one of the gang, you know.
Mhm.
So it hasn't really felt like I'm being adopted, just like I'm being high-fived by everybody
Oh,
that was already in the room with me, you know?
right, right.
So it's a great feeling either way, just to be like having people be like, "Wait, this guy raids?
Yeah, yeah,
This guy's a perfect legend?" Like
that's a thing, you know?
it was cool to have people be like, "Wait, this dude that voices a character in this thing engages in the thing? Like he enjoys it the same way that we do?"
Oh,
And it's just
he's
like,
one of
"Yeah,
us.
he's one of us." That's always a good feeling whenever I see people be like, "Oh, he knows, he gets it."
Yeah, yeah. Man, and Final Fantasy 14 is such a crazy, like the community I is insane, yeah, in very many ways. I will say that. And it can be very normal too. It's fine, but there's just a huge fan base, and you know, this can be splintered in ways. But there's when it comes to the story, when it comes to the voice acting, everybody's on board.
Oh, 100%.
Everybody's like the creative part. We're all on board. There's no like, oh, Raiders suck or whatever, or oh, blah, blah, blah. It's just, hey, we love experiencing the story and being a part of that. And some people they skip the story. You know, it's fine. It's
Why would you, man? It's so good. It's so good.
yeah, they're just hardcore, you know, PvE people who just want to go fast as they can. It's
Yeah.
whatever. It's okay. And there are a lot of people actually when I do the world races and everything, a lot of the raiders will skip through it because they have to. Well, actually,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
not so much anymore because they changed it to where you did a normal mode and then a week later, 2 weeks later, they come out with Savage.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad to skip it, I guess. But other content they'll skip past it really fast. But they usually a lot of people will go back and rewatch it so they can go back and experience that again.
Yeah.
It's just that's we're RPG players, I guess. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
But it's just like doing it for 14, like of all games, I'm like, man, like going through Realm Reborn all the way to Endwalker and
yeah,
having that entire saga of like Hydaelyn and Zodiark and like the way that Endwalker just like like finishes all of those
yeah,
plot threads that have been going for like 10 years. I'm just like it's such good like it's such a good story is the
yeah.
thing. Like not even like as like oh for an MMO, it's just like in general it's such a
Mhm,
good story. Like like it's so well acted and so well written and the
mhm,
music is beautiful and like you really love like you come to love these characters so much
mhm,
and like that's why it's so like it means so much to me to be a part of like just this world just because it's been
mhm.
so well built and it has so much like heart put into it is I think
Yeah,
the best way to put it. So
yeah.
it's just people that skip cutscenes, I'm like I understand your reasons but
But
that doesn't mean
shame.
I agree with them.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I mean, like, are in future wise, I mean, you're saying you're possibly going to get into Fru, maybe if
Yes,
you get dragged into it. Okay.
potentially.
One day I'll probably be dragged into it. I gotta finish DSR. I got pretty far in it, and I didn't get to the very end. But ratings, you know, it's funny. Like I do a lot of really hardcore rating hosting, and but I am not near the skill of the people that I interact with in that way too. But I tried. Top was a crazy experience, like just doing that first ultimate, because you just spend so much time, you know, in a raid doing the same thing, just hoping that you get through it. But yeah, Fru,
Yeah.
I gotta catch up on it at some point and do it because that was a big deal to me too. I mean, you were talking about doing the second tier of Eden and how you got to Lights Rampant. Just out of curiosity, what was your group try? Do you remember the strategy your group was trying to do for that?
It was we have to make a bow tie was
The
the
bow
one.
tie. It
Yeah,
wasn't. So it wasn't Ilya. It was the other one.
I
Uh,
think
yeah, it
so.
was the bow
But
tie one that I think most people, the experienced gamers, okay, go that direction. That's supposed to be the right way, I think, to do it.
I
Uh,
just did what the red leader told us to do. He's just like, okay, you
fair,
need to make a
yeah,
bow tie, and I'm like, all right, I'll make the bow tie, and it's like, wait, why is there no? This is just an hourglass. This isn't a bow tie. So it was pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I mean, and I think that's the other part is just all of it's art. The raids art, like the visuals art, everything feels like art. It doesn't feel like you're just grinding through stuff usually,
yeah.
or you're just absorbing that art.
Oh,
Um,
the first time I saw Perfect Alexander happen when we
it's
were
so
going through
pretty.
P, I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And then we immediately screwed up the first mechanic, and it's
Mhm.
just like, we need to get back there. We need to see that glorious golden man
Yeah.
again. It was so cool.
And he
It
starts.
was,
Was that the one? I think he does the cages, right? If I remember right
yeah,
at the end of it.
that's it for the enrage.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time we got to the enrage, it was our first clear.
Mhm.
We I was standing in the wrong spot. I was in one of the healer spots,
Mhm.
and like it was like, hey, friend, you gotta move, you and our leader's like, don't move! And, like he's just like yelling, like you gotta
Yeah.
move! He screamed so loud, and I'm like, I'm sorry, okay, jeez.
And the thing is, it's after 15 minutes of not effing up, right? And you're like, oh no.
I was like, oh my god, I almost wiped us. I was like, oh, that would have been. I never would have let it
Uh,
down. It was the worst. But I love that fight. I think it's one of the coolest fights in the game.
absolutely
It took
agree.
forever for us to get through, but I loved it. There were so many
Mhm.
mechanics that like when I was seeing them happen, I was like, this is so cool. I just love this. Like
Yeah.
well designed fights, just like they really just get me so pumped.
Yeah, and they're just masterworks, the ultimates in general for the most
Oh yeah.
part. And I mean, to me, I know you had that kind of like skip over at the beginning with like Heaven's Ward and everything else, but those bosses meant a lot to the raid community because it was like peak like raiding content. There's so much player just discussion and drama over those fights. And
Yeah.
so it was pretty cool.
There's a meme that I like to see posted every now and again that's like the top Final Fantasy villains for every year, and it just starts with Perfect Alexander in like 28 or something and goes all the way to 2025 plus, and
Yeah.
it's all just Perfect
Yeah.
Alexander. And before I'm like, haha, it's funny. I don't know what the context is, but it's funny that people like Perfect Alexander. But
Yeah.
now that I did T, I'm like, no, that meme is 100% correct. Perfect
Yeah.
Alexander is the best Final Fantasy villain of all time.
Yeah. 100%. All right. Well, I mean, we hit a lot of the questions that I wanted to hit too. I mean, it's been a lot of fun talking to you and doing this, man. You're such an amazing dude. So now I have you in my head for other things in the future. Just the FYI, you fucked up.
Hey, I mean, if you want me to be a guest star for whatever, I can just show up.
Come in and do commentary for the world race. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would just be like, dang, these teams are giving it their all.
That's fair. You know, I do think it would be fun in the future once like all the like voice actors are like all out there and everything, is to bring them on for the raid series and kind of discuss like that whole thing. That's just a whole thing because there's just so much, and because Square Enix went in this direction to where they wanted to do a lot of heavy voice acting for raiding and stuff like that because the community responds so well to it. And so it is really cool to just see how that experience went because they amplified the whole high-end rating scene, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So thank you for being a part of doing that. You know,
it was my pleasure, dude. I didn't think like I would get into like being one of the raid bosses. It was one of those things that I joked about while I was doing tea with my friends. I was just like, oh, dude, imagine if like the next Arcadian tier, like I got to voice a character. Could you imagine?
Weird.
And then like
right?
weeks later, I would get like the booking email, and I'd be like, oh my god, it happened. I joked it into reality. But it's just like the spectacle of those fights, and again the music, like how each fight has their own like theme song, and like the whole pro wrestling angle of it that I just like. They're such cool fights, like they're like and I'm not going to talk about how much time M6S took us, because Lord have mercy, that ad phase was a nightmare. Especially because I'm an off tank, so I was on the Yan duty. Oh boy. I was like, man, I miss Dancing Green so much. I wish we were fighting Dancing Green again.
I'll listen to my voice again. It's all right.
I want to be grooving. I don't want to be babysitting these horrible little sheep that are, you know, chunking me for half my health every hit. It was the worst. But you know, again, I love that fight too. I love the brute abominator fight a ton. I thought that Howling Blade was awesome at first. Okay. But then as we progged it, I'm like, I am so sick of this fight.
Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, those last fights, man, they could be rough.
It was fun to learn. Is like, I will say it was M8S was so much fun to learn, but the execution was like it felt like we were banging our head against the wall over and over and over and over again. And it was we heard, you know, now bear my biting winds every time, and I was just like, this is how people feel if they're stuck on Dancing Green.
Yeah, imagine it was your voice line there, and you had to listen to.
So I'm a part of me is happy that I got Dancing Green, who was a very simple prog, and I like Howling Blade's awesome. I think his character design is great, and he's got a cool story. But if I had to hear myself be like I wonder if you can keep up, like every like 3 seconds as we were progging, I would have gone completely insane. So
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. Well, I did want to ask you a little bit about like future content and stuff. I mean, you did talk about like not adhering to NDAs and all that stuff. You said you have this project you're super excited about, which we can't talk about because it's not out, all that other stuff. Is there anything besides that people should know or look forward to that you can announce?
That I can talk about. Well, I do cons, so if I usually am pretty decent about like reposting con announcements and stuff like that. I think the next one that I'm going to be at, for any listeners that want to, come up and meet me and say hi and maybe get a dancing green print, or maybe want me to say groovy baby or something like that. Like I've already had several people be like, hey, can we take a picture together and you do like a dancing green thing? So I've just been I need to learn how to do some of the dances that he does, just so I can be ready for it. But I am going to be I'm just looking at my calendar. OzokuCon in Port Huron, Michigan, I think.
Okay.
Port Huron. So if anybody's gonna be wait, is it Michigan? Michigan, yes it is. Okay, OzokuCon in Michigan. So if you're in the Michigan area, come on down. It's happening on August 29th through the 31st. And I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna be there because I know for a fact that a lot of the FF14 cast is going to be at Anime Impulse in OC, and that's on the same weekend. And I wish I could go to that because Estinian's voice actor is going to be there, and he's my favorite Scion. So I'm just like, I am so angry that I'm not going to be able to meet him. But it is what it is. It's part of the job. So, but hey, if you can't make it to that place, you can come see me instead, and I will have dancing green stuff. But outside of that, I do stream on Twitch. I've started streaming again because I was basically on hiatus for a bit. I don't stream 14 specifically because I do really like the privacy of just being able to disappear in Eorzea and not have anybody know who I am. But like I like in game, my adventurer like profile is just my character dressed as dancing green doing like
now you're doxing yourself.
So people if they know, they'll be like, oh my god, wait, this is Ben. So like they'll know if they know.
Okay.
So that's like my only like that's, it's not a dox, it's kind of like a hey. For those that know, most people might just be like, why the hell is this guy?
They have to work for it. They have to work for it. Okay.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah.
But it's like I stream on Twitch at Ben B Streaming. And you can follow me on Twitter, Ben B Voicing. I can't talk about any of the projects I'm in, unfortunately, because I'm under NDA. But there's stuff coming soon. Look forward to it. That's all I can say.
I mean, I am going to look forward to it. I'm going to go back and watch all the stuff that you
start with Undead Unluck. I guarantee you, if you like good Shonen Jump like manga or anime, you're gonna like Undead Unluck. It's one of the most underrated, I think, mangas of Shonen Jump, and like it's become one of the most underrated animes of Shonen Jump. So it's just like, I just want people to watch it, man. It's such a good story. It's so good. Okay, I'm watching it. It's done. Now, granted, I take it very slow. That's fair. Oh, and now I'm doing the frame stuff. Thanks, Discord. Oh, it's back. Okay. There you go. Yeah, it's good now. As I said, I was taking it slow. My frames drop. It was like perfect timing. It's like, but anyways, it's been fantastic having you on. Thank you so much. I had so much fun. It was wonderful. That's all I care about. I don't care about the viewers. I just want to make sure the guests are happy. Right? Whatever. If they have fun, viewers? Whatever. Screw them. Doesn't care about you. The mask is off. Me. Oh no, but thank you everybody who came to watch it. Thank you everybody watching this on YouTube, and of course all the different ways that this will be presented in the future too. Next week we're gonna be talking about story. Although we're going to be talking about the main story quest, and we're going to be talking about the Alliance story and everything else, because patch 7.3 is coming up, and we're going to have a little bit of a live letter preview of, all that stuff. And so I am so excited about the story coming up. I loved 7.2's story a ton, so I'm just like, oh my god, where are they going with this? It's really starting to ramp up in a really cool way. So I'm I'm excited for it.
The finale is 7.3 before they start the new arc, and so we're all waiting to see how it ends, right? Geez. And so I guess the only other thing to let everybody know is that I might stream again on Monday for regular rating stuff. I might be I need to clear Ben again this week, so maybe I'll do that. So
go clear your bends, everybody.
Yeah, get your bends out of the way. But no, this has been fantastic, everybody. We will see you all next time. Ben, say bye with me if you don't mind. I'm gonna wave. Get ready, everybody. Be good, keep cool, stay frosty. Bye.
Bye. Stay groovy, baby.
Yeah, there we go.